Hey guys, I am 9 weeks as of tomorrow on T. I'm gonna call this my 2 month video because I kind of missed the 2 month mark. I meant to take a video and I just kind of kept putting it off and like kind of forgot about it. But I have been taking note of everything that's been changing, and I'm really glad I did this because this is actually something I was inspired to do by somebody on, one of the trans guys that does videos. I don't remember who it was, but thanks to you, whoever you are. I actually started from week 1 writing down every week some of the changes that I've been going through, and that's really rad. Really happy about that. It's been helping me kind of remember what's going on with me, and keeping me happy about the changes that I've had so far, because I actually have something to look back on and say like, oh, I remember when that happened. That feels like a long time ago. It's crazy because it kind of feels like this has been a really short amount of time, and then it also feels like a really long amount of time. Kind of strange, but yeah, I actually wrote down like week by week some of the changes, like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. There's a couple in here where like I have 6 to 8 weeks bundled together, and so sometimes not a lot changed within those couple weeks, so it just kind of bundled them together and waited for more stuff to happen or whatever, more things to notice. I'm also noticed some things like just independently, things that I haven't written in here that I was talking to my therapist about, or just came up in conversation, and then I discovered that it was something that was going on. Like I feel like I'm in this weird limbo place where sometimes I'm really angry about it, and sometimes I'm totally peaceful, sometimes thankful, and I'm like flip-flopping back and forth between all these different feelings about being feeling like the perception of who I am versus the person that I am, and being really frustrated with society in general, feeling like male and female are just so completely different. And in some ways, yeah, it's true. And then in some ways, it's really frustrating because it's like it really messes with people. Some people aren't allowed things in general because they're not offered the opportunities just based on the way that they look. And that's completely absurd, because there are people that I've come across. Even I run a company in San Francisco, so I own and operate it, and I've had some different, employees, and people that you would think would be good at one thing are actually terrible. I think the last person that you would think that would be good at it is the person that's good at it. And I feel like just so often, even trying to run a company and doing business with people, I get this like negative perception right off the bat when people perceive me as female, and that's frustrating. It's really frustrating being in the business world and feeling like you're fighting this fight that's not even yours. At the same time, I'm definitely thankful for it because it's made me the person that I am, and it's definitely made me more intelligent about things. It'll probably make me a lot less judgmental in general. I don't really think of myself as being judgmental at all, but I think we all have judgments we're not even aware of. But it's definitely made me more intelligent in general, and a lot more. I feel like I can relate to a lot more different kinds of people. Once I go through this transition entirely, I'm always going to be thankful for my experience as growing up in a female body, and all the intelligence that'll come with that'll really kind of shorten the gap between male female to me, and also at the same time broaden my idea, and maybe I can help other people kind of like broaden their idea of what gender really means and how much it doesn't mean, really, because that part's really important too. Anyway, off of that, I've noticed that I'm really emotionally stable I'm not very sensitive. I used to be maybe a little bit more sensitive in general. I also was a lot more attentive in group conversations, and now I can't handle group conversations very well. I'm really great one-on-one, but we get distracted kind of easily, and I have been so overwhelmingly tired the last couple weeks. Actually, the last 2 months. Really, this entire time, I've just been overwhelmingly tired, and I was starting to feel like I was getting really fat because I was kind of blowing up on the inside. And I hadn't lost any of the like baby fat or any of the like chub or whatever. Not like I have a lot, but like just that extra fat and water that women's bodies carry versus men's. So like the testosterone's kicking in, but I haven't really lost any of that water weight. I was just kind of like beefing up underneath it. So starting to lose some of that water weight, starting to lose some of the extra fat and everything, starting to see like more chiseled muscles and everything, which is cool because I'm used to that, but not at this scale. Not like I'm just wider, everything wider from like front to back. My chest is wider this way, like out. My shoulders are wider. My clothes all fit better. My hips are definitely smaller. My legs look a little bit different. My sides are just kind of like they're kind of straight down now in comparison, and all my clothes really fit a lot better than they did before, which is really encouraging. That's one of the best things, this entire process, one of the best things is to actually have your clothes fit well and look good. When I get dressed for work and I dress really nicely when I'm going to go do this thing or that thing or whatever, it's nice to look in the mirror and feel like your clothes really fit the right way, like they were made for you, and I've never really had that feeling, obviously. But this is pretty cool to actually feel like I'm starting to see my body like becoming mine in a way, or definitely not just in a way. It really feels a lot more like my own body, and I feel like I'm much more accepting of my body now, and I didn't realize how much I was not accepting of my body until now. Now that everything's changing, I'm starting to realize how unhappy I really was in my physical being, and it's really, really great to feel like I thought this was going to be more of a struggle. I thought I was going to go through a lot more emotionally. I thought that I was going to kind of freak out about, the changes that were happening and kind of be a little bit disorienting in a way where I'd have to get used to it or whatever. But these changes, I don't even have to get used to them. They're just awesome. And they make so much sense that it's like, finally, like I've been waiting for this forever. And I really have been. I definitely always focused on the more male aspects to my body and kind of ignored the female ones. And I already knew that. I knew that for years, even years before I figured out or accepted really that I was trans. Anyway, I'm going to definitely do another video that has the written part of this, but I definitely suggest anybody that is thinking about and hasn't started medical transition, if you're trans and you have not started medical transition, but you plan to, write stuff down, take hell of pictures, take video, record your voice, do everything, like, as much as you can do, because even though I haven't taken as many pictures as I want, and I haven't taken very many voice clips, the one thing that I'm most happy about is writing everything down and actually seeing week by week, because then I can reflect back, be like, the days that I'm feeling like crap, just being like, man, it's just really not happening fast enough. I can see all these other things that I'm really not happy about. I can go back in this and read it and be reminded that I've come a long way in a really short amount of time. I mean, it's only 2 months, and already I have like this little mustache. It's kind of growing in. It's blonde, but I shaved 3 days ago, and it's starting to grow back in. It's like spiky, and I like it. My face is definitely more square. My chin's kind of coming down. My face in general is looking a little bit more masculine, but I can't even put my finger on exactly what's going on besides the obvious, it's like my jaw. But my girlfriend tells me sometimes that I just am looking particularly masculine that day or whatever, and that's kind of like a cool feeling, having somebody else tell you. And then my friend telling me sometimes, like, when I'd answer the phone, he'd be like, wow, you're sounding like a dude today. Like, my voice kind of goes in this flux. Sometimes it's a little bit higher. Like, today I feel like it's a little bit higher. And then sometimes it's a lot lower. Kind of fluctuates in there. And then there are days where, like, to me, it sounds like my voice pre-T, but it doesn't actually sound that way. So I can get kind of discouraged every once in a while, but it's really nice to have something to reflect on. It's also really nice because as you go back in time and kind of like retrace your steps, it's a great reminder for like all the little things that you won't necessarily appreciate until you remember them. There's a lot of stuff that I've already reminded myself of like going through here and being like, oh, week 3 I was starting to get a lot of peach fuzz on my face, but like I've already shaved and I'm starting to get like a lot more, like so much so that the fuzz gets like, good length, but it's just fuzz. It's not even like hair yet, but it definitely feels good to know that happened, or that it was only at 3 weeks, and like only 3 weeks in, how's it gonna feel at 6 months, 8 months, so it's definitely worth it. It's also definitely worth it to take pictures. I wish I had taken more, but anyway, I did show you guys my my shoulders, arms, upper body before, so I'm going to do that again in this video, just because I think it would be kind of nice. Well, first off, this shirt used to be a lot bigger on me, and now it fits really well, but in any case, this. So my arms are definitely wider and bigger, especially here. Yeah, right here. My shoulders are just bigger, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I feel like back here is a lot wider than it was before, and in general, like just the whole side of my body is a lot wider. Like, yeah, see, here it used to be indented a lot more, but it's starting to kind of like straighten out a little bit. My hips have gotten smaller, like a lot smaller. It's my pocket, but yeah, my hips have gotten a lot smaller, so that's cool. Definitely a lot of changes, especially in the arm, just feeling like there's just like this muscle back here. It's kind of sticking out this way. Oh, you can't see it all, but yeah, it's kind of like out like that, and especially when I flex it, kind of like a swimmer's muscles. Yeah, so definitely see some changes here. Even the muscle back here is a lot higher, and my neck's starting to get a little bit thicker. So cool stuff happening. Of course, still not enough, right? Because it's not going to be enough until I can really tell that nobody is ever mistaking me as female, because it's really annoying. Yeah, it's really, really annoying. I mean, like, pick a guy start calling him girl and lady and shit like that, ma'am. Yeah, see how they like it. It's annoying. So that's the thing that I'm really looking forward to, is the social aspect of things changing. At the same time, just kind of enjoying all of this stuff. Like, the speed of changes and everything has been really great. I haven't been upset about my changes and the speed of them, because they're happening so quickly that I know that the rest are gonna come in their time. There is like even some days where I'm like, oh, I haven't noticed anything new in the last couple days. Like, this must be slowing down. What the hell? Like, maybe my levels are off. But then even within that thought, I'll just be like, really though? So it's good to go back through the stuff that I've written down and remind myself that things are happening. Chill the hell out and enjoy it while it lasts, because it's not going to last forever. And it's the last year that I'm going to have to deal with this. And it's actually helping me a lot when people are calling me ma'am and I get really, really frustrated, or people are treating me in a certain way and I just want to flip out. And it's easy enough to just be like, you know what? Only another couple months, because like 2 months in, and 4 months is only two months away. 6 months is only 2 months after that. Honestly, within this year, by the end of this year, nobody's going to know I was ever female if they didn't know me already. So, although I'm really, really looking forward to that, I'm trying to remind myself that it's not that far away. So, if anybody has any questions, comments, if you want to message me or whatever, go for it. Yeah, share some of your experiences right down there, in the comments section, if you have anything you want to share. All right, see you guys later.